off against the Washington Wizards today. This game is important for playoff seeding for the Chicago Bulls. Let's see if the team can come out with some better energy than what they had. Well, not better energy, but can match the great energy that they had against the Brooklyn Nets. Wasn't bad energy. Let's hope that the Bulls can do that. Will they execute? Will the Pat Bev effect still be felt? We're going to talk about it all and some more right after this. We think we're going to play the C-Red intro today. Let's do the C-Red intro today.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
All right, beautiful people, we back in the building today. Bulls game, early game. I'm not mad at the early game anyway. Like, honestly, I will say this, especially since post games I got to do here and Locked on Bulls. I'm not mad at the earlier game today, game time, tip-off time today. Let's hope the Chicago Bulls can keep playing the way that they played last. Like, last game was a revelation, right? Like, that energy felt good. How that team played felt amazing. I sound like C-Dub. Hold on, let me restart my interface. Give me 1 second. First of all, oh, that's why. It's going through the webcam. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got to reset the interface. My bad. This shit sounds like C-Dub doing a live call. Why is it going through that any goddamn way? That's strange. There we go. Now we should sound good. Now we should be rocking and rolling. Cause yeah, we can't sound like C-Dub. I refuse to sound like C-Dub on a live stream. That's what we not gonna do. What we not gonna do. But we back now. Damn, I'm glad that we caught that early. Like that was deep, man. We don't rock like that here. We're professional over here. But glad to have you guys back in the building, man. Glad to see the Bulls play tonight. What are you guys' expectations? How are you expecting the Bulls to play? What's happening with Restream's fucking up again. Restream got rid of 1080p streaming, but nonetheless, it's still gonna look good. It is what it is. Oh, nice. No more Xbox Live. Yeah, that was weird. See, we don't rock like that over here. We not C-Dub. We don't rock like that over here. So we got to fix some things. We fix it. Haize went from Section 8 to the penthouse. You come on now. One thing we good for here is high quality video and audio. So the fact that wasn't rocking right, hey, that didn't sit well with me. We got to fix that. You can't have the C-Dub effect in this mug. We can't do that. Shout out to my nigga C-Dub though. But all right, let's get back on track here. The Bulls, bam. Can Pat Bev is the Pat Bev effect still going strong tonight, right? That's one thing that we do want to see from this team. Does this team keep out the same energy? Matter of fact, can the team keep making other teams play to their momentum, right? One thing that the Bulls did in that lineup change that was really good last game was forcing other teams to kind of play towards what they did. The Bulls went small and they forced teams to play that way as well. So let's see if the Bulls can continue to do that. The fuck is this? Restream is fucking up badly. And I can tell I'm about to be real pissed off at Restream today. Because why the fuck is my stream in 720 when I pay to be able to stream in 1080? I have no idea, but I'm pissed off about it. We'll fix that though in a second here. Go Bulls on a beautiful Sunday, beer in hand and family around. Can't get better than hope y'all are doing well. C-Red. Listen, let's hope that this team gives us a good way to start the week off on a Sunday with good shit, right? Good feelings. Let's hope that that's the case. What's good, Haize? What's going on, Brandon Peck? Glad to have you in the building. Haize, doing your Sky podcast. How come you don't have on Sky gear? Mark Shannon, because if you know, WNBA gear is hard as shit to get. I ordered a Chicago Sky t-shirt and it literally said the shipping was going to be 6 to 8 weeks. This shirt that I have on, I ordered on Wednesday, and it came today. The shirt that I had on last game, I ordered on a Monday. It was there by Wednesday. WNBA gear sucks. It sucks how long it takes to ship. It sucks that I ordered a Candace Parker jersey last year, and the A was an O, and I just sent it back. I didn't even get a new one. Thank God I didn't, because she left. Like, WNBA is terrible with their merchandising. It's literally terrible. I remember last year somebody ordered a Kalia Copper jersey and they posted it on Twitter and it said Kalia Cooper, not Copper. How can you not get your players' names right? So that's why I don't have a lot of Chicago Sky gear, because WNBA gear, A, it's real basic, and B, it takes forever to get. So I got some more coming, but it takes forever to get here. Washington typically gives us a tough game based on this year and last, so that this is definitely a measuring stick in my opinion. Oh yeah, the Washington Wizards definitely give us trouble. It's going to be nice to see how Zach LaVine plays, especially with Bill playing. And we got max level Zach last game. Let's see if we get it again. By the way, this Milwaukee Phoenix game is a good game, by the way, if y'all not watching that game. Zach is looking like a player that we gave a max contract to. Yes, and let's hope that continues from Zach LaVine. Yo, Haize, I'm expecting another big win for the Bulls if Pat Bev effect is still a thing. Let's hope it is. Hope it is. Did they reveal the starting five yet? No, they usually don't reveal the starting five, though, until about 30 minutes before the game. That's usually the barrier of when the starting five is released. Sometimes it's as late as 15 minutes before the game. And I think that's just Billy Donovan being petty sometimes, in my personal opinion. So no, they haven't released the starting lineup yet. We'll find out here shortly, though, what that lineup's going to be. We are so lucky that Porzingis. No, we've beat them with Porzingis. And here's my thing, and I've always said this: if we want to see how good this team really is, we don't need luck. We need them to play with skill. We need to see how they measure up. Yeah, you can't control it. Porzingis is out, and that's cool. The Bulls need to take advantage of that mismatch. But I would much rather see this Chicago Bulls team with the new energy that they played with Porzingis, with the Washington Wizards having their full roster out there, and to really see how the Bulls measure up. That's what I would rather see. We're not going to get it tonight, so we'll see how they measure up. As Kuz playing, if he is, we got to lock him up. He always goes off against us. Oh, he's playing. He's probably going to go off again. But we can still win if one player goes off. It's just about stopping everything else. But Kyle Kuz, especially if Caruso is starting tonight, Caruso can guard a lot of people. With the way that Kuzma's playing this season, I don't know if Caruso can do much with Kuzma, but I would love to be wrong on that. Not Candace Parker. Yeah, man. It was tight. I was so pissed off, I just sent it back. Literally, I sent it back and I was like, nah, just give me my refund. I'm good. And I'm glad that I did that because, again, by the time the jersey came was after the season anyway. So I ordered the jersey about halfway through the season. The jersey literally came, I think, like the day of their last playoff game. It was kind of around there. And then they lost anyway, so I just sent the shit back. So it's just getting WNBA merch is terrible. It's terrible. I already read that one. Fair enough, brother. I get my gear from Dick's Sporting Goods in their arena when I go to the games. Yeah, I mean that is a better place to get it. You know it's gonna be good. You get to see it then. So unfortunately for me, I gotta order it. So it is what it is. I will say this though. I do have a connect now with the Sky's merchandising department. They're actually flying me out to have me go to the opening game, the home opener. And they're going to have some gear there waiting on me. So your boy's coming up. Between the Aura advertising here on Chicago Bulls Central and me having an in with the merch, with the marketing team with Chicago Sky. Now, listen, the production's here about the business then picked up a little bit for your boy. That's all I can say. But I got to end with the Chicago Sky. They're actually sending me some gear. They're bringing me out to go to the home opener. I'm blessed. That's all I can say. I do this thing and I cover these teams because I legitimately love these teams. And as the channels are growing and the influence is growing, I'm having more connections, which is huge. And I really do appreciate that. But I have more connections now with the Chicago Sky actual ownership group than I do anything with the Bulls. So you're going to be, I got some shit planned for Chicago Sky Central this year that people are literally going to be like, hey, bro, how'd you do that? Don't worry about it. I did it because I'm good at what I do, period. But, you know, it is what it is. What up, Haize? Question: how much would you be willing to pay to keep Bev if you're GM Mark Eversley? Because I wouldn't mind if we converted that deal into a standard contract. Well, you can't convert the deal. You'd have to sign him at the end of the season. And like I said, I talked about this a little bit on yesterday's episode, the pre-recorded episode. And I do think that I think that there's a world in which if Lonzo Ball is ready to go by the start of the season, Caruso is probably gone. And because of that, I mean, now that Pat Bev's here, you're not going to pay Bev, Caruso, and Lonzo Ball. And especially with the Bulls having 9 guaranteed contracts, and that already puts them over the salary cap, I can see a world in which the Bulls move on from Alex Caruso, re-sign Pat Bev to a more team-friendly deal, and rock out with Lonzo, Pat Bev, and Ayo Dosunmu. So we'll see. As far as how it really depends on how he finishes the season. If he has this type of effect for the remainder of the season and going into the playoffs, regardless of whatever, they're bringing him back. Best believe they bringing him back. Bro man from Martin Design, bro man from the Fifth Flow. Some of y'all too young. Steve-O is absolutely too young. I bet you Steve-O don't know who bro man is. And he just saw me put up 4 fingers. He's probably like, hey, you said bro man from the Fifth Flow. What you doing? Steve-O don't know nothing about bro man from the Fifth Flow. I can guarantee you on that one. Bulls beat them fairly. Brooklyn come out like shit, period. I mean, yeah, but they did shoot bad. But the thing is, some of those shots were bad because of how the Bulls defended them. And even if the Brooklyn Nets hit all their open shots, Bulls still would have won that game by at least 15, 18 points. So, Auntie in the building. You know I love to have you around, Auntie. I'm glad to see you back. We have a big 3 with our big agitator and Pat Bev, who won't let them play flat. We normally beat ourselves when we get stagnant, but stops lead to quick and easy buckets. Let's just play good D and easy efficient offense, right? That too. Limit the turnovers. If the Bulls limit the turnovers, things go well for the Bulls. So, is Pat Bev married or he has a girlfriend too? Says his wife, but then heard about his girlfriend at the game. LOL, I'm confused. I think people just said it was his girlfriend. I think that is his wife. But people are going crazy about her. It's like, hey, have y'all ever seen a pretty woman before? Let me find out Haize out here getting flued out to Dubai. Bro, first of all, Dubai is my dream vacation spot. So if somebody's going to fly me out to Dubai, I'm in that motherfucker. Like, period. I'm showing up in that motherfucker. What day is the home over? I believe it's May 18th. I believe. Something like that. Let's see. It's so far out of my purview right now. I'm not paying any attention. So it is the Bulls open May 20. The Sky open their season May 26th. That's their home opener. They start the season May 19th, but that's in Minnesota. So I'll be at that first game of the season. Kuzma had the game winner last time over Caruso. I better not see Caruso on Kuzma. So help me if Billy puts Caruso on Kuzma. Oh, best believe you're going to see some of Caruso on Kuzma. It's going to happen. I just hope we don't see it as much as what we did last time. Business is booming. Listen, man. Listen. We doing good around here. We doing some solid things around the Chicago Sports Central family. Like we doing some things here. You're gonna see me, C-Dub, and Bobby at a couple of Bears things. You know, we got some things working. You know, we make some things happen. Business is doing good right now. I'm definitely trying to slide because ain't no cap. I love the Sky, but I definitely want to see Izzy Harrison Burrow. Here's what I'll say though. I like the roster that they built. If y'all seen Dana Evans' recent IG post, that will make you want to go to the game alone. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna shut it up. I'm just gonna leave it there. When you hit millions of subscribers, don't forget about us little people. Haize, that'll never happen. I think the biggest Bulls focus channel is probably at like 30,000, 35,000. It's really hard when you focus on one team to get up that high. Unless you're like a Lakers or a Clippers or something. But hey, you never know. The sky's the limit, man. We're already at about 10,700 subscribers. We got to get to 11K, and you know we'll do another giveaway when we get to 11K. I still got to send out the shirts from the 10K giveaway. So business is booming, but I got some shit that I've been fucking up on, and I need to get my life together on. But you know that's just how it goes sometimes. If we could re-sign Pat Bev on a cheap deal, we can shop Caruso and maybe DJJ and that Portland pick for something that could really help us. I think DJJ, didn't he only sign a 1-year deal to come back, or was it 2? It was Goran that signed one, but I know that like Goran, DJJ, and Drummond all signed very similar deals. But I know Drummond has a second year option, and either Dragic or DJJ has a second year, and then one doesn't. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. Flued out Haize is wild. Hey, listen, Haize is a crazy motherfucker. There are 3 cities. If you want to see the real Haize, there are 3 cities where I'm the truest form of myself. That's Chicago, that's DC, and that's Philly. If you catch me in any 3 of those cities, I'm telling you, it's a different experience, bro. We got tequila coming out the wazoo. St. Louis too a little bit because that's the hometown. But you know, I really hate St. Louis as a city. That's why I moved from there. But if you catch me in St. Louis too, it's a little bit of a different factor in St. Louis because I don't pay for nothing when I go to St. Louis because that's my city. I just hate it. I hate St. Louis with a passion. So ain't nothing like watching the Bulls and watching Jake Paul get knocked the fuck out today. Man, listen, bro, you hit the nail on the head there. Brandon L. Jet says Dana Evans she's been overseas. She's been killing it, fam. And that's why I like that James Wade talked about how important it's going to be to allow her to play with the ball. So we'll see. With all the moves and departures in free agency, what are your early season outlook on what the Sky did to retool? The most recent video on Chicago Sky Central actually talks about that. So go and check out that video. That's all I'm going to say. Matter of fact, here's what I'll say. I love you motherfuckers. I love y'all. Why aren't more of y'all subscribed to NBA Central? And why don't y'all show Chicago Sky Central any love? Like we doing some fire content over on NBA Central. I know y'all are Bulls fans. I know this. But y'all got to go support over on NBA Central as well. Support NBA Central. We're trying to grow that. If y'all want to see me get to 1 million subscribers, NBA Central is the way more likely platform to get to there. But for some reason, we're not gaining traction over there. Me and the Cognac Boys and Steve-O need your love over on NBA Central, man. You're going to get it big, bro. You got my support forever. Trust. I appreciate that, Rue. I really do, man. I appreciate that. Drummond and DJJ have the same contract. Goran has the 1 year deal. Okay, I knew it was one of them. I knew it was one of them that had the 1 year deal. That makes sense. Goran is old, so. MC Season says, just got back from the dispensary, about to watch 2 events in different dimensions today. First of all, you got some of that Alana weed? You got some of that? Bulls Troy in the building. I was hoping you were going to make it through, bro. He says, morning, Haize. Just woke up for the day. Let's get this win. If y'all don't know, right now it's 6:47 a.m., I think, where Troy is. When I tell you he had to show some love to be here for the Bulls and for me today, show that man Bulls Troy some love today, man. Guadalupe says St. Louis got some fire barbecue. It's mid. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's cool, right? Sugar Fire is amazing. There's another one down there that we're known for. I forgot the name of it. It's been so long since I've been in that motherfucker. It's cool. It's cool. MC Season says, I'm loving the Bobby and Steve-O and NBA Central collabs. Listen, I told y'all before, Steve-O got a future in this content creation game. Don't be surprised at all, like dead serious. And I think Steve-O is only 22 as well. Don't be surprised if NBA Central at some point ends up just being the Steve-O show. Like mainly is going to be built around him because that dude is talented, man. Talented. Still on a high after the last game. The constant dominance, everyone looking competent. Pat Bev's comments, it's all has me thinking crazy thoughts like, is Billy Donovan secretly a genius? Let's hold our horses there a little bit there, brother. Let's hold our horses there, brother. But let's see. I mean, he could secretly be a genius. That Tony Bradley player option sure worked out, along with Marco getting a 3-year and Io only 2-year. So DJJ Drummond will probably stay to keep AK's continuity of bad contracts. I don't think Drummond or DJJ have been a bad contract, not for what they're getting paid. $3.3 million. That to me is not that's minuscule money in the WNBA. In the NBA. I'm in Chicago. We talk so much about the Sky. But I will say that Marco getting the 3rd-year deal over Io, especially considering Io's having a sophomore slump, it just ends up being bad, man. Alana, she woke up from her high stupor. She's in this mug. St. Louis Hospital is the fucking worst. Yeah, St. Louis, all the hospitals in St. Louis are absolute trash. Guadalupe says, watch us blow out the Wizards from your mouth to God's ears. Guadalupe, I hope that that's true. Alana's weed is some gas. So she got jet fuel. Alana's weed is jet fuel. Like that shit is not gasoline. That's fuel. That shit is jet fuel. Like Alana, y'all be seeing if y'all follow Alana on Instagram too, by the way, you see she be high as shit. Like Alana has that off in space smile. She be smiling and you know she ain't looking at nothing but the Holy Ghost. Like she's seeing right through everything and everyone and seeing on a different level of existence. Alana be high as shit. Alana be high as a motherfucker. Man, I stay supporting the Sky Central because I'm glad someone who actually loves the WNBA is doing a legit podcast on the Sky. I appreciate that, Mark. I think it's the Skyhook too does it. They aren't as frequent as what I've been. But yeah, I'm glad that you said that because honestly, I do love the WNBA, and I know some people are going to crack jokes on that or whatnot, but the WNBA to me, the product on the court is a great product. They got some shit they need to do in marketing, all that, player travel, treating their players better. But I truly love the WNBA and I love the Sky. So yeah, I'm nobody's doing Sky coverage like I'm doing it. First of all, I'm doing 2 days a week. Now during the offseason, it's just not enough in WNBA news to do a weekly podcast. But then during the season, I'll easily have probably about 3-4 episodes a week over there. And I'll be doing post-game live streams over there too. So if y'all Sky fans, make sure you guys are tuned in, man. Want to see Terry and Taylor come out again after we blow these Wizards out. Hey, listen, I want to see Dalen Terry in some meaningful time, though, for sure. Will Hess asks, what do you think about Terry, the two-way guy we signed to replace Malcolm Hill? I mean, he's a two-way player. It's not going to be that important. How many times did we see Malcolm Hill this year? Now, I do think that with the Bulls making that move late into the season, that may be an indication that, if Javonte leaves, if they do end up moving DJJ, that Terry Taylor could potentially be on the actual roster next season. They still got to figure out what they're doing with Justin Lewis. I still think that they're going to probably try to sign Justin Lewis back as well. But I don't see much for it this season, but we'll see what it turns into next season. Brendan just says Drummond is going to opt out. He wants to get paid. That's an absolute possibility. We'll see. We'll see. I just got to disagree with here that them staying is bad. No, I don't think them staying is bad. Drummond staying would be perfect. Like, there's nothing bad about Drummond staying. And Derrick Jones Jr. for his role, there's not many people for the money that he's getting paid that's going to be better. And keep in mind, that isn't going to stop us from adding other pieces, right? We're going to have to get rid of higher contracts than them if we want to sign anybody considerably better than them. If we want to have people on the bench that are better than Drummond and better than DJJ, it's going to take way more money than what we're getting them. And with the level of guaranteed contracts that we have and the money there, you're going to have to move either one of the big three, a Caruso, maybe a Caruso and a member of the big three. So having DJJ and Drummond at what they're making is actually a steal. And I think that actually helps the team more than hurts the team. Laughing my ass off, bro. My eyes ain't even red. We know that's because you on a different level of high, Alana. We all know this. DMG says, I really like DJJ, but I just hate when mostly everyone is healthy. He doesn't get any minutes. Yeah, but that was early in the season. I think like DJJ was getting minutes as of like the 10th game of the season and had kind of stayed in the rotation. So yeah, he did start off out of the rotation, but then he showed his value. I just think that you have some overlap with him and Javonte Green there a little bit. So it's naturally that one's going to play in certain games, certain matchups, whoever has it going a little less than the other. But he's an end of bench player for real. So. Dalen Terry heard those tweets about his jumper being bad after the Bucks game. He hit 3 threes on the Nets. Hey, listen, I've said everyone who says that legitimately his jumper has come far from where he was when he finished college, and it's just keep improving. I'm so glad the Sky Games are in the offseason too, because it's such a wonderful thing to have good Chicago ball with while the Bulls aren't playing. Yeah, and I think too, like I'm gonna get a little bit more experimental with Chicago Sky. I'm gonna try to call some live games, even though that's not my skill set. But yeah, it's great that it's in the offseason because it allows us to focus, right? And allows us to fill a hole. Not everyone takes it because I know people have their issues with the WNBA, but I love it. So Alana always getting cooked. She's a good sport about it, though. She claps back. Oh, Alana got jokes. Let's be clear. Alana got them jokes. So, Baki's in the building. Also, just to let everyone know, Terry Taylor is with the Windy City Bulls today. I seen him in their starting five. Oh, that's good that he's out there in their starting five. And like I said before, the Terry that we want to get minutes is Dalen Terry, not Terry Taylor. So let's hope that he gets that. Y'all remember how ugly Lonzo's jumper was? Man, that jumper was bad. Matthew's in the building, says, I don't know if you saw my comment last game, but I truly believe Pat Bev may be the best thing that could have happened to the Bulls. Who knows what he can do to that locker room? Yeah, I mean, listen, he's had an effect in that first game. Let's see if it's maintained and sustained throughout the rest of this regular season before we just, sing his praises completely. But yeah, I mean, the energy, the leadership, the communication on the defensive side of the ball, those are all things that we needed big time, and he's bringing those things. Let's just hope that it continues. I totally forgot about Justin Lewis. Is he still technically on our roster? He was good in college. Sucks that he tore his ACL. So technically, they pulled his two-way contract. He's not on the roster technically. But he's still been working out in the Bulls facilities. He's still been there doing his rehab. So I think that shows a commitment from the Chicago Bulls team that they do plan on possibly still extending him. It may be with the ACL. He may just get a G League contract rather than a two-way contract, at least initially, just to make sure that knee's healed up. But if they're talking to his doctors, if they believe that he's going to make that recovery and they still see that potential in him, I completely see Justin Lewis being on a two-way deal next season and maybe on the back end of a roster deal, depending on what else they do. So. I watch WNBA sometimes. They be tweaking though. WNBA is some of the best competitive basketball and X's and O's. See, I'm an X's and O's basketball guy, right? Dunks and all that stuff. It's great. It's amazing. It gets exciting. All that. I don't want to take away from that, but I enjoy the chess match of basketball. In the WNBA, it's more the X's and O's. You have players that it's more players that can play almost every position in the WNBA than any other league. So you benefit that. If you guys aren't watching the Athletes Unlimited tournament as well with the women, check out that. That's some great basketball. But WNBA basketball is more about the X's and O's, and that's what I enjoy so much about it. The chess match, you see that every single night in WNBA basketball. So that's why I enjoy that league so much. Yeah, I do look got better at his shot. It does look like he got better. I think that's what Rodney's trying to say. Yeah, his form has gotten a lot better. Brendan L. Jet says, I think Justin Lewis will get another shot next season. Oh, for sure. And if it's not with the Bulls, best believe some team is giving Justin Lewis a shot. Now, here's what I'm going to throw to you guys, because EJ Liddell, who also was on a two-way contract, tore his ACL. What's the chance? No, Justin Lewis is the guy. That's the guy that they're going to bet on. I'm pretty sure that Justin Lewis is going to be back. Lonzo needs to get better or get gone. Sorry for speaking the truth. That's not the truth. Well, that's your truth. But the fact of the matter is they can't send him away. His contract's too high. He has a player option even after next season. You can't just and this isn't the NFL. You can't just cut any contract. So even if the Bulls were to just waive Lonzo, they'd still be on the book against their salary cap for all of his salary, which then means we didn't gain any benefit. We gained technically an open roster spot, but we didn't gain any salary cap. So Lonzo, regardless of whatever happens with Lonzo, whether he's ready to go at the start of next season or not, is going to be back in the Chicago Bulls, or at least on our roster and on our payroll next season. So for whatever percentage of Ramen Terry's developers this year, Dalen Terry's develops this year, which can he be after? What? I need you to rewrite that sentence, man. You Archangel, I love you. You're a big supporter. That sentence just made my head hurt. I need you to rewrite that sentence, fam. Haize, I find it highly hilarious how Terry Taylor got more minutes this season for the Bulls than Marco. Billy's still saying, who is Marco y'all keep speaking of? Exact. Billy Donovan literally is like,
Mark who? Mark Eversley? Marco? I don't know a Marco. Who's Marco? We have a Marco on this team? Damn, that's a tall ball boy. Who's that ball boy over there, the 7-footer? That's Marco? He plays for us? The Chicago Bulls? You sure he plays for us?
That's Billy Donovan every time Marco Simonovic's names come up. Every single time. I don't even know why people like hating on the WNBA. It's entertaining as fuck. Yeah, it is. It's good brand of basketball. It's good brand of basketball. Rodney says, we definitely need to keep Andre Drummond. We have no size and rebounding bigs. Well, we got rebounding bigs. We got Vooch. But no, I agree. Like, as far as the other guy who was saying Drummond needs to go, like Drummond, I would love for him to stay on this Bulls team. Definitely love for him to stay on this team. Besides the marketing issues and travel problems, the WNBA is a great product. It really is. It really is a good product. In person, the WNBA exciting as fuck, to be honest. It's like going to a WWE event live, so much better in person. I don't dispute that. That's like me with hockey. If I could watch every single Blackhawks game live, I'd be a huge Blackhawks fan. Hockey to me on TV is boring. But in person, keep in mind, I ran a hockey stadium. I ran the St. Louis Blues Stadium for 6 years. And hockey in person is so much better than on TV. So much better. Big Juice, do you think we will make the playoffs this year? If you mean make the playoffs outright as in avoiding the play-in, I don't think the Bulls would have. They have to have like almost a 90% win percentage for the rest of the season to avoid the play-in. Now, I do think that we can win the play-in and get into the playoffs that way. But if you mean like avoid the play-in, I'm not quite sure. EJ Liddell is Zion insurance policy, low budget insurance policy, but a backup plan. Though that's funny. That's like buying a used Ford Fiesta for your Chrysler 300 as a backup car. That's what that is. I feel like the Bulls actively want Justin Lewis back. They've been very involved with getting his health back up from what I've read a month ago. Oh, agreed. And that's why I say it's highly likely that he's going to still be a Chicago Bull in some shape, form, or fashion next season. I completely agree with that. I'm surprised Marco's still on the Bulls. I don't get their plan. Oh, it's the fact that he has guaranteed money. They, again, much like with Lonzo, they can't cut him. Technically, they could, but they'd be eating that whole salary. So they gave him the 3-year deal over Ayo Dosunmu getting the 3-year deal, and they're reaping what they sowed with that. I mean, Marco, don't get me wrong. Marco Simonovic would be a G Leaguer Hall of Famer if he played 10 plus years in the G League. He'd average 20 and 10 in the G League for 10 straight seasons. But the fact of the matter is he's not able to get on the NBA court, and that hurts. That definitely hurts. Maybe Marco would get to play for the Chicago Sky. Ima Misamun would eat Marco Simonovic up on the defensive side of the ball. Like, literally. Marco would be like, I don't even want to play back. Even though she's not playing for the Sky this season or in the WNBA at all, Ima Misamun would cook Marco Simonovic. Marco couldn't, no, don't get me wrong. Marco could score on her at will, but he wouldn't be able to guard her to save his life. Ima Misamun would cook Marco Simonovic. Haize, I didn't think I'd be excited for Bulls basketball again this season after the 6-game losing streak, but last game was so much fun. I'm excited to see if we can keep up the momentum. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Same starter. They announced the starters, I said, about 30 minutes before the game. Let's go and refresh. Which I don't doubt Baki. Baki doesn't report bad, incorrect information. If Baki says it, you can take it to the bank usually. Same starters tonight. Caruso. Well, he's in the starting lineup. Pat Bev at the 1, Zach at the 2, DeMar at the 3, Alex Caruso at the 4, and Nikola Vucevic at the 5. That is our starting lineup. Do you think Henry Domerchant did more for Dalen's development than Billy Donovan? Thank you for that. Yes, I do, and I said that before. When with being down in the G League, you're able to work on specific things of your game. You're not. Billy Donovan said it. It's very hard for an NBA player to work on specific things during the actual season. It's the off season, things like that. But him being down in the G League, they're able to literally say, all right, this game, we want you to facilitate. Everything's going through Dalen. The next game, they're able to say, all right, Dalen, we want you to do nothing but come off screens and shoot 3-pointers today. The next game, they're then able to say, all right, Dalen, we want you to call the offense today. You're playing the two, but you're going to be running the offense. You're going to be calling. You're going to be dictating everything on the offensive side of the ball. That's what they're able to do in the G League. He wouldn't be able to do that in the NBA. So, that's some of the benefit of him being in the G League this season. I do think his game would have grown naturally too if he was getting minutes, but he's been able to refine certain aspects of his game. That's why you see in 6 months, basically since being drafted, his shot form is night and day. He still needs to make it a little bit quicker. He needs to get that elbow tucked in a little bit, but his shot mechanics have improved night and day for sure. So I always find out new and fascinating things about Haize and pregame shows. Owning the St. Louis. I didn't own it. I ran it. So I was the manager of the arena, not of the St. Louis Blues. Just the Blues don't own the actual arena, so the team doesn't own they do, but they outsource their operations to a different company, and I was the manager at that company. So I ran the stadium. I didn't own it. I ain't got that type of money. My bread ain't that long. I'm not Brandon L. Jett, but I did run the stadium. So. Tony says, Marco living the American dream, coming from another country, making millions while doing nothing but traveling for free and a little fame. Well, I mean, he's not doing nothing. He still is playing basketball. He still is playing basketball night in and night out. So, I mean, he's playing games for the Windy City Bulls. But, yeah. Mark Shannon, we definitely going through the play-in, and if they keep this energy up, they're going to be a problem in the playoffs. Oh, for sure, 100%. 100%. Mark, our only downside is he's too thin. Once he develops a 15-foot jumper, he's going to be solid. He has a 15-foot jumper. I don't know how many Windy City Bulls games you watch. Marco has all the offensive tool set. He doesn't get to use them all, but specifically when he was playing with Dalen Terry, you can see how important having a playmaker is going to be for Marco. Marco can do everything offensively. The offensive side isn't the problem for Marco Simonovic. He can't guard a lick. My dog can get a triple-double against Marco Simonovic. That's the issue. And Marco's already put on 15 pounds of muscle. I think he weighs more than Vooch technically right now, or he's close to it. So he's put on some of those things. It's just his defense is literally what's keeping him from being able to get on the court, man. And it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, Marco Simonovic right now is 7 foot, 245 pounds. I think Vooch is 280 something. So he's not doesn't weigh. I was tripping. I was capping on that one. He doesn't weigh more than Vooch, but he's put on considerable weight since he came down to the NBA. So we'll see how it keeps going for him. Skull Crusher says, if the Bulls don't drastically improve by next season, do you think the days of Acme being the GM? No. Keep in mind, right? Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't usually fire people. We haven't had very many GMs in Chicago Bulls history. Acme is going to have at least a decade of running the team, no matter how bad we are. Unless it starts impacting Jerry Reinsdorf's bottom dollar. Now, if the Bulls all of a sudden start not being top of the league in merch and ticket sales and things like that, all right, that's when you got to worry about it. But no matter how bad the Bulls are, as long as the franchise is making money, Jerry's going to be like, all right, cool. How much? You said we got 13 wins. How much money did we make, though? We netted $300 million. Hey, Acme, keep cooking. Keep cooking. You can keep Billy Donovan as the coach. Fuck them 13 wins. We made $300 million in revenue. Oh, we good, bro. Don't even worry about it. That's Jerry Reinsdorf's mindset. Off topic a bit, Haize, but do you have two sleepers in the West and East as everything sits over 3 months left in the season? The Lakers are definitely a sleeper. And not to say that I think they're going to go to like a title. No, I just mean that they're going to make it very interesting in the playoffs for sure. And if they do make it to the playoffs going through the play-in, that means that they're playing some great basketball. So they're definitely a sleeper in that case. It's always going to be the Golden State Warriors as well. Just because to me, I look at the Golden State Warriors. I don't care if the Golden State Warriors limped into the playoffs with Steph Curry having his ankle surgically tied on by dental string. I just trust that team can kick it into another gear until proven otherwise. So those would be my two teams, with the Pelicans as well in the Western Conference. In the East, I don't see any of the teams in the playing area doing anything meaningful. Like, you look at the Miami Heat, they're cool, they're solid, but I don't see them really doing much. The Atlanta Hawks, until Trae Young cuts his hair, I don't really see them doing much. The Toronto Raptors, if I had to pick a sleeper in the East, it probably would be the Toronto Raptors, because that's just a talented team, and I'm surprised they're under 500. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the Eastern Conference. It's going to be fun playoffs, but I just don't think it's going to really change much. Baki says Kristaps Porzingis is out today's game from what I'm hearing. Yeah, they actually announced that early this morning. He's not playing today. About to head out the door for work, but going to keep listening in, but then staying off everything until I watch the game tonight, my time. Can't wait to see this game. Appreciate you, Haize. Appreciate you for showing up, Bulls Troy, as you're getting ready for work, bro. I appreciate you, man. Mo126 says, new to your channel. I fuck with your content, dog. I appreciate that, man. Glad to have you in the building, bro. Yeah, Dalen used to have a nasty hitch in his jumper. It's ironing out some. Still room for improvement, though. That's 100% sure. All right, listen. I'm not going to read this because, first of all, hold on. Wait a second. This comment got a major. We got to pause on that. We got to hit the pause on that. Wait. We got to hit the pause on that once again. He said, I've seen Marco play. His D is terrible. Come on, bro. Like, what you trying to do to me here, man? You giving people sound bites to use against me and shit, man. No, I know what you mean. His defense is absolutely trash, bro. Haize, off topic. Can Tommy Fury knock stupid Jake Paul ass out? Their fight should be starting in about 60 to 90. Yes, he's gonna knock him out. Knock him out. All the teeth, everything gonna be gone. Period. What up, Haize? I'm going to pretend the last game didn't happen. It was great seeing that blowout. With that said, I want to see them play with the same energy and consistency over multiple games. I completely got you. I agree with you, bro. Completely agree with you. Let's go, Bulls. Got to win from here out every game you can to secure a playoff spot. Anthony Johnson, you are absolutely 100% factual on that one. Anytime you are voicing Jerry the owner, baby voice would be perfect for him wanting the money. Now, Jerry, right? No, it's you can't use the baby voice. You got to use the robot voice for him because he doesn't give a shit. He's not even a human right now. He's just a robot. So this is what you'd have to use for Jerry Ryan.
Wait a second. Hold on. I think this one's better. Yeah, this one's better. All right. AK, we got 13 wins. But wait, did the check clear? The check clear? Good, we're good. We'll go.
That weirdly enough, that sounds like C-Dub's mic, but it is what it is. I have to go, Haize, but I see you halftime. See Red. All right, Jello, glad to have you in the building, bro. See you at halftime. Could y'all imagine if we finally get that Lakers-Clippers playoff series and Russ plays a huge role in beating them? That would be bananas, bro. That would be bananas. Oh, that's who that sounds like.
Y'all remember Kane in the 90s? Rest in peace.
That sounds like Kane when he was using the voice box in the 90s. That's exactly what that sounds like.
Megatron.
I have too much fun with this shit. Hold on.
Hey, bitch. Oh, now that's a weird sound. Now that does sound like C-Dub's mic. Like here, this is what C-Dub was sounding like when we were doing Chicago Bears Central earlier. All right, guys, listen. Boom. The Bears should trade Justin Fields for Bryce Young. What is this? This is weird. I don't
like that at all. I like this one a little bit better. Yeah. Bitch. Hey, this is when you give in the choking stroke, this is what you do. You choke her, right? And you pull her hair back, and when you get in from the back, you be like, yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Oh man. Jesus. All right, man. I'm done. All right, let's get back to the guy. Oh man, I don't like that one. It sounds like you're giving and announcing over a system. Yeah, it does. It does for sure. Oh man. I think the Bulls can beat anyone in the East in the playoffs. The hard part will be making the playoffs. That's 100% fact there. Big fact there. Oh, man. Pat Bev, Pat Williams, and Pat the Designer. Damn, we have too many Pats with the Bulls. That's funny. And that's why we stand Pat, right? That's why continuity is the thing. We got so many Pats on the team. We stand Pat, and we don't make moves. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happened. Oh, man. Carl says you wilding with that one. Y'all know I'm crazy. Y'all know I'm crazy. Monty Morris is out too? Okay. All right. That sounds like Gary Coleman when he was on Martin. That's funny. No, this one sounds like the ends and tails of the hood.
It ain't the Terradome neither.
That sounds like the ends and tails from the hood. That's what it sounds. That's crazy. Why is the name Patrick so popular? Because it's basic as shit. There's a lot of basic ass names out there. So, it is what it is. I can already tell Kuzma's going off on the Bulls. He tends to have good games against the Bulls, like he hates us. Hey, it is what it is. But he can go off and they can still lose the game. So we'll see. I'm looking up something real quick. I just want to see how many points does Kyle Kuzma usually average. So Kyle Kuzma in 12 career games against the Bulls averages 17.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. He really doesn't cook us that often. Now, I will say this. The last the last 5 games against the Chicago Bulls, he scored over 20 points in all 5 of those games and gotten double-digit rebounds in 2 out of those 5 games. So, it is what it is. And he shot the ball over the last 5 games against the Bulls. He shot the ball right at around 45% from three-point range, which is bananas. That's crazy. And about 42% overall from the field. That's wild. That's wild. I thought my phone was tripping. How many black marks do you know? A lot of them motherfuckers, bro. A lot of them. Wizards starting lineup. DeLon Wright, Bradley Beal, Deni, Kuz, and Gafford. That's a solid start. And Deni, listen, I tell you what, watch this matchup. Watch what I tell y'all. Deni guards DeMar DeRozan probably better than 90% of the league. I don't know what it is. Deni is the DeMar DeRozan stopper. I'm going to look that up real quick. Like DeMar DeRozan versus Deni, and let's see what we got there. So, he's only played 5 games against Deni, and in those games, he averages 26.8 points per game, 6.8 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. But what's the percentage shooting-wise? He's shooting the ball 45% against Deni and 28% from three-point range. And I don't know why it just feels like Deni always guards DeMar very well, but I guess that's not true. But I like Deni. Definitely like Deni. Your thoughts on Will Barton? What about Will Barton? What do you mean? What about Will Barton? Him coming to the Bulls? I'm good on that. I'd rather see Dalen Terry get those minutes. Deni a really good defender in general. Yeah, Deni's great. He's a great defender. What time the game starts? The game starts in 12 minutes there, brother. 12 minutes. Haize, I just ordered NBA League Pass because of the Patrick Beverley effect. Hey, man, do what you got to do. Pat Bev, the designer. That's funny. Wow. By the way, just because his name came up, shout out to Pat the designer. Pat the designer coming through the show real quick. Shout out to Pat the designer for coming through, showing love to Chicago Bulls Central, man. We appreciate you, big dog, for coming through, showing your face, man. We really do appreciate it. That blue undertone, man. I don't know how much that's working for you there, brother, but we love you showing up. We appreciate that. Now the baby voice is definitely inside. All right, guys. Oh, wait, that's the wrong damn effect.
All right, guys, listen. I was talking to a Bulls insider, and the Bulls are suggesting the Bulls are probable to trade Lonzo Ball for a pack of diapers for Zach LaVine's baby. That's what I'm hearing, guys. Listen up, guys. I'm just gonna, we got tons of Bulls news for you guys today. Apparently, Zach LaVine's baby came in and crossed up Marco Simonovic. That's what's happened.
So that's inside the Chicago Bulls, bro. I hate that motherfucker, bro. I really hate that motherfucker. I hate him, bro. I hate him with a passion. I hate that motherfucker. Definitely hate him. Oh man, that is funny. Haize, notice how you said Joker was inside the Chicago Bulls. He hasn't been back. Oh, that's funny. Joker got in his feelings because I cooked his ass. So, you know, it is what it is. Definitely Bulls Insider equals I read an article. Oh, absolutely. And it's so funny because one time Inside the Chicago Bulls was on the show. He was like,
yeah, I just listened to my guy, Pat the designer.
Man, I called Pat so quick. I was like, Pat, you inside, because me and Pat was about to have beef, man. It was like, oh, so you inside the Chicago Bulls? He's like, I've never talked to that man a day in my life. I was like, that's funny, bro. That's absolutely funny. He always be clickbaiting so much. He says he has updates, but says stuff that was posted on Twitter. No other tea and dumb trade ideas. Oh, absolutely. Like literally, he'd be like,
all right, guys, I got some new information for us. The Chicago Bulls, according to a Bulls Insider, are expected to trade for Michael Jordan. I don't know how they're going to do it. Michael Jordan technically isn't on an NBA roster, but from what I'm reading, guys, listen to this, man. It's crazy. The Bulls will be trading a 2036 second-round pick for Michael Jordan, guys. They used the time machine. They're bringing rookie Michael Jordan back.
That's the type of shit that motherfucker says on the show, and I just be like, bitch, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, what you even talking about, bro? Like, what you doing out here, man? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. It's so funny that literally, you know, I cook the motherfucker all the time. It is what it is, bro. I'm always gonna cook him. What if Pat was secretly inside the Chicago Bulls? That's funny, bro. That's funny. Bro, that motherfucking video is cringy as fuck. Yeah, bro. Like, Inside the Chicago Bulls is terrible, bro. Literally, it's terrible. He's probably the one Bulls content creator that if he asked me to be on the show, I'll literally be like, yeah, if you're about to let me cook you for 30 minutes, I would accept the invite on Inside the Chicago Bulls and literally wait till he does his intro and be like, bitch, what the fuck wrong with you, bro? Why you be clickbaiting so much and get kicked off? That's exactly what I do. But all right, y'all, we're going to get ready to wrap it up. We got 8 minutes until game time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the show up. I'll be back at halftime. Make sure you guys are tuned in for the halftime hangout. You guys know how we do it there. Make sure you're following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullsCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for our mailbag episodes, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related because of you guys. And like I like to end every episode on Go Bulls. Love you guys. See Red, y'all. Be back here at halftime. Peace, y'all.